Hello, and welcome to our channel, your gateway to discovering the wonders of our world. Here we delve deep into the most fascinating cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and untold stories from every corner of the globe. Today, we invite you to join us on an unforgettable journey to Tanzania, a land where nature's grandeur meets humanity's resilience. Imagine standing in the vast Serengeti, watching lions prowl under a fiery sunset, or encountering the proud Maasai tribe, who continue to live as their ancestors did centuries ago. But Tanzania is so much more than its iconic landscapes. It's a nation of contrasts, a place where ancient traditions and modern challenges intersect, where communities thrive despite hardships, and where every story inspires hope. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Now, let's step into the heart of Tanzania and uncover the stories that make this land truly extraordinary. Imagine a land where towering baobab trees stand as silent witnesses to centuries of change, where flamingos create a pink haze over alkaline lakes, and where the stars light up the night sky in a way that feels almost otherworldly. Tanzania is not just a destination, it's an experience that captivates every sense. But Tanzania isn't just about the grandeur of its landscapes. The heartbeat of this nation lies in its culture, which can often be as shocking as it is fascinating. Take, for example, the Maasai tradition of valuing women in cows. In this age-old custom, cows are not just livestock, they're a currency, a measure of wealth, and a symbol of status. Picture this: a young Maasai man, full of nervous excitement, approaches the family of his beloved. They sit in a semicircle as he counts out his offer: 10, 15, even 20 cows. The more cows he offers, the greater his chance of securing her hand. But it's not always so straightforward. The bride's family will often negotiate, subtly suggesting that she's worth far more. These moments are filled with tension, pride, and sometimes heartbreak. Yet, for the Maasai, this tradition isn't seen as oppressive, but as a deeply ingrained part of their identity. It binds communities, ensures familial alliances, and honors their ancestral way of life. The Maasai are not just a tribe. They are a living testament to resilience and harmony with nature. Their striking appearance, characterized by red shukas, cloths, and intricate beadwork, is instantly recognizable. Yet each piece of their attire tells a story. The red symbolizes bravery, the beads signify social status, and the jewelry, handcrafted by the women, celebrates milestones like marriage and motherhood. A day in the life of a Maasai villager is as challenging as it is structured. Before sunrise, warriors lead their cattle to graze, often walking for miles across arid plains. Women fetch water, prepare meals, and tend to children. Despite their hard lives, laughter and storytelling fill the air in their bomas, villages. One of the Maasai's most captivating rituals is the jumping dance, known as a dumu. Picture a circle of young warriors, their feet pounding the dry earth as they leap higher and higher, their shukas flowing like capes. Each jump is a declaration of vitality, strength, and readiness to protect their community. But beneath the vibrant ceremonies lies a harsher reality. Droughts can decimate livestock, leaving families without their primary source of food and income. Additionally, the pressure of modernization threatens their traditions. Young Maasai are increasingly drawn to cities, seeking education and jobs, leaving behind a way of life that once seemed eternal. Tanzania's natural beauty is both a blessing and a burden. The Serengeti National Park, Ngorongoro Crater, and Mount Kilimanjaro collectively host one of the greatest spectacles of biodiversity on Earth. From the annual migration of over 1 million wildebeest to the snow-capped peaks of Kilimanjaro, nature is an integral part of Tanzania's identity. Yet this abundance contrasts sharply with the daily struggles of its people. Despite its breathtaking wilderness, Tanzania remains a developing country where many communities lack basic amenities. For rural farmers like Maria, the rhythm of life is dictated by nature's unpredictability. Maria's story is one of quiet endurance. Her day begins before dawn, as she ties a brightly patterned kanga around her waist and sets off for the nearest well, a 5-kilometer trek through dusty paths. With a 20-liter jerry can balanced on her head, she makes the journey back home. Her family depends on this water for drinking, cooking, and washing, and she must repeat this task multiple times a day. During planting season, Maria's days grow even longer. Her family cultivates maize and cassava on a small plot of land. But without irrigation, their crops are at the mercy of erratic rains. A single failed harvest can mean months of hunger. Despite these challenges, Maria's resilience is unshakable. She finds joy in her children's laughter, in the simple beauty of the countryside, and in the hope that one day, her children might have the opportunity to pursue an education and break free from the cycle of hardship. Tanzania's government and international organizations are working to bridge the gap between its natural wealth and human needs. Solar power projects, clean water initiatives, and agricultural training programs are slowly bringing change. However, progress is uneven, and the road ahead remains long and arduous. Women in Tanzania play an essential role in shaping their families and communities, yet they often carry the heaviest burdens. In rural areas, a typical day for a woman begins before sunrise and ends long after sunset. They fetch water, tend to crops, cook meals, care for children, and even craft beaded jewelry to sell at markets. Despite their hard work, cultural norms often limit their rights and freedoms. In many Tanzanian tribes, women are not allowed to own land or livestock. This exclusion leaves them economically dependent on male family members. When a husband passes away, the woman and her children are often left vulnerable, as the land and property are typically claimed by male relatives. One of the most heartbreaking traditions is forced marriage. In some tribes, if an older man becomes widowed, he may select a young girl from the village to marry, sometimes as young as 13 or 14 years old. These girls are often forced to leave school and abandon their dreams to care for a man they barely know. However, not all women accept this fate. Meet Rosemary, a Maasai woman who defied cultural expectations. After escaping an arranged marriage as a teenager, she sought refuge with a local NGO, where she was given the opportunity to pursue education. Today, Rosemary runs an organization that shelters young girls fleeing similar situations, offering them a safe haven and access to schooling. Her work has helped hundreds of girls reclaim their futures and inspired many women to challenge traditional norms. Another beacon of hope is the rise of women's cooperatives. These groups empower women by teaching skills like tailoring, farming, and entrepreneurship. Through these initiatives, women are gradually gaining financial independence, reshaping their roles in Tanzanian society. Tanzania's natural beauty is unparalleled. The Serengeti National Park is a stage for one of the most spectacular wildlife events on Earth, the Great Migration. Each year, over 1.5 million wildebeests, accompanied by zebras and gazelles, embark on a perilous journey across the savanna in search of greener pastures. The sight of these animals braving crocodile-infested rivers and dodging predators is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Beyond the migration, Tanzania is home to iconic species like lions, elephants, giraffes, and cheetahs. However, the country's rich biodiversity faces significant threats. Elephant poaching has decimated populations, with thousands killed annually for their ivory. In some areas, the majestic black rhino teeters on the brink of extinction, hunted for its horn, which is falsely believed to have medicinal properties. But the challenges aren't limited to animals. For humans, nature's power can be both a blessing and a curse. Climate change has brought unpredictable weather patterns, with prolonged droughts followed by devastating floods. Consider Juma's story. At just 12 years old, Juma left his drought-stricken village near Lake Natron to seek work in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's largest city. His journey was fraught with danger. Traveling alone, he faced hunger, exhaustion, and exploitation. In the city, Juma found work as a street vendor, but the income barely supports his family back home. His story is a poignant reminder of how environmental challenges force many to make difficult sacrifices. Despite these struggles, there is hope. Conservation efforts, such as anti-poaching patrols and wildlife corridors, are helping to protect Tanzania's iconic species. Community-based tourism initiatives also provide locals with sustainable income while preserving the environment. Tanzania is a nation of resilience, where challenges are met with unwavering determination and optimism. In recent years, significant strides have been made in education, healthcare, and infrastructure development. One notable success story is the expansion of primary education. The government's initiative to abolish school fees has allowed millions of children, especially girls, to attend school for the first time. This investment in education is empowering the next generation to build a brighter future. Healthcare has also seen improvements. Programs aimed at eradicating diseases like malaria and improving maternal health have saved countless lives. In rural areas, mobile clinics bring essential services to remote communities, ensuring that even the most isolated families have access to medical care. Environmental conservation is another area of progress. NGOs, local communities, and the government have collaborated on projects to combat deforestation, promote renewable energy, and protect endangered wildlife. For instance, in the Usambara Mountains, farmers are learning sustainable agricultural techniques that preserve the soil while increasing crop yields. But perhaps the greatest hope lies in the spirit of the Tanzanian people. Despite hardships, they find joy in life's simple pleasures. A child's laughter, the rhythm of traditional drumming, or the beauty of a sunset over the plains. Take the story of Amina, a single mother from Arusha. After attending a vocational training program, she opened a small tailoring business. With her earnings, she was able to send her 2 daughters to school and even save for the future. Amina's determination and success are a testament to the transformative power of education and opportunity. As Tanzania looks to the future, the country's greatest strength is its people. Their resilience, creativity, and unyielding hope. With continued investment in education, sustainable development, and environmental conservation, Tanzania has the potential to rise above its challenges and thrive as a beacon of possibility for the world. Reflecting on all we've uncovered, Tanzania truly is a land of wonders and great challenges. But it's the everyday stories, unique traditions, and the courage of its people that make Tanzania unlike any other place in the world. As we wrap up our journey through Tanzania, we hope you've been as captivated as we are by the beauty, culture, and spirit of this remarkable nation. From the untamed savannas of the Serengeti to the brave individuals challenging the odds in their communities, Tanzania is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of nature's magnificence. At our channel, we believe that every story, big or small, has the power to connect us to the world and to each other. If this story has inspired you, we'd love for you to join our growing community by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to our channel. Let us know in the comments what part of Tanzania's story moved you the most. Have you visited this incredible land, or is it now on your bucket list? Your thoughts, questions, and support help us keep bringing you these stories from around the world. Thank you for exploring Tanzania with us. Until next time, keep wandering, keep exploring, and keep discovering the beauty of our world with our channel. See you in the next adventure. What would you say if I told you there's a place where guests are treated like family in ways you've never imagined? Welcome to Madagascar, one of the world's most remote and mysterious islands. From ancient beliefs to bizarre natural wonders, we're about to dive into 16 mind-blowing facts about this unique place. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we explore the most enchanting and hidden corners of the world. Today we're journeying to Madagascar, an isolated island with an ecosystem that's evolved entirely on its own. We'll see unusual creatures, meet resilient locals, and uncover traditions that may sound shocking but are deeply rooted in the Malagasy way of life. Get ready for a wild adventure. One Madagascar, an island isolated for millions of years. "88 million years ago, Madagascar drifted away from India and was left isolated in the Indian Ocean. This separation turned it into an isolated laboratory of evolution, where life evolved without external influence. Today, more than 90% of the species here are found nowhere else on Earth, making it a true paradise for scientists and nature lovers. It's like stepping onto another planet, with plants and animals that look like they belong in a fantasy world. Two lemurs, Madagascar's most iconic residents. Madagascar's lemurs are as diverse as they are fascinating. With over 100 species, each type of lemur has its own unique appearance and behavior. There's the sifaka, known for its acrobatic jumps and graceful movements, and the ai, which has large eyes and a long, bony finger it uses to tap on trees to find insects inside. To the Malagasy, lemurs are sacred creatures, representing the spirits of their ancestors. They believe harming a lemur is like disrespecting their forebears, so these animals are highly protected. Imagine a place where people live side by side with creatures they believe carry the souls of the departed. Three Singi Stone Forest, a forest of razor-sharp rocks. On the western side of Madagascar lies the Tsingy de Bemaraha, a massive stone forest made up of needle-like limestone formations. These natural structures are the result of erosion over millions of years, forming razor-sharp rock formations that can reach hundreds of meters high. Walking here is a challenge. You must cross narrow bridges and navigate pathways with sharp rocks on either side. But it's worth it. The Tsingy is home to countless unique species, making it one of Madagascar's UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Would you dare to trek through a forest of stones so sharp that even the slightest misstep could be dangerous? For Fadi, the cultural taboos that shape daily life. In Madagascar, the concept of Fadi refers to cultural taboos passed down through generations. These aren't just rules, they're powerful beliefs that guide how people live, eat, and interact. Some Fadi involve which animals can be eaten, while others dictate how certain areas or even rivers should be treated. For example, it's forbidden in some regions to point directly at a grave, as it's seen as disrespectful to the dead. In certain areas, families might even extend hospitality by offering their guests a place beside their loved ones, as a gesture of trust and kinship. For travelers, understanding Fadi is essential for showing respect to the local culture. Imagine entering a place where hospitality means sharing everything, even in ways that might surprise you. Five Lamba, the traditional Malagasy attire. The lamba is more than just traditional clothing in Madagascar. It's a symbol of identity, history, and connection to ancestors. The Malagasy wear different lambas for different occasions, from daily life to special events like weddings and funerals. Each lamba is decorated with specific colors and patterns that hold meaning, like blue for peace or red for strength. When a family member passes away, their lamba is carefully preserved and becomes part of the family heritage, symbolizing the eternal bond between past and present. Imagine wearing a piece of clothing that connects you to generations of family. This is the powerful role of the lamba in Malagasy culture. Six, the ruthless reign of Queen Ranavalona I. Queen Ranavalona ruled Madagascar in the 19th century and is remembered for her fierce resistance against European influence. She isolated the island, forbidding her people from converting to Christianity and enforcing her rules with an iron hand. Her methods were brutal. Converts were tortured, and suspected traitors were forced to endure harrowing tests of loyalty. Yet, despite her infamous cruelty, many Malagasy still respect her for her determination to preserve Madagascar's independence and culture. Was she a protective queen or a ruthless tyrant? Ranavalona's legacy is still debated today. Seven, pirates and hidden treasures. During the 17th and 18th centuries, Madagascar was a haven for pirates who found its isolated bays ideal for hiding out. Famous pirates like Captain Kidd and Olivier Levasseur made Madagascar their base, with many rumors of buried treasures that have yet to be discovered. Locals and treasure hunters alike have been searching for these legendary hoards for centuries, and some believe that massive amounts of gold and jewels are still hidden on the island. Could Madagascar be hiding pirate treasures worth millions? Many believe the answer is yes. Eight, vanilla, Madagascar's black gold. Madagascar is the world's largest producer of vanilla, which has earned it the nickname black gold. Growing vanilla is labor-intensive. Each flower must be pollinated by hand. Once the beans are harvested, they undergo a long curing process that gives them their signature rich aroma and flavor. Despite being a luxury product worldwide, vanilla farmers in Madagascar face economic struggles due to fluctuating prices and market demand. Imagine working tirelessly on a crop worth a fortune, yet struggling to make ends meet. This is the reality for many vanilla farmers in Madagascar. Nine, baobabs, Madagascar's ancient giants. Six of the world's 9 baobab species are found in Madagascar. These trees can live for over 1,000 years and play a vital role in the local ecosystem, storing water during dry seasons and providing food for both people and animals. One famous site, the Avenue of the Baobabs, draws visitors worldwide who come to marvel at these enormous, almost otherworldly trees that line the road. For the Malagasy, baobabs are considered sacred. They're even believed to house the spirits of ancestors. Standing in the shade of a 1,000-year-old tree is like touching history itself. Welcome to the Avenue of the Baobabs. Ten, the unique Malagasy language and oral tradition. The Malagasy language is unlike any other in Africa, with roots tracing back to the Austronesian language family from Southeast Asia. Madagascar's people have a strong oral tradition where stories, legends, and histories are passed down by word of mouth. The kabari, or traditional speech, is a form of art in Madagascar. It's often used in ceremonies and gatherings to share stories, settle disputes, and convey important cultural values. In Madagascar, Words aren't just spoken, they're woven into poetry that keeps the past alive. The tradition of Famadihana, turning of the bones. In Madagascar, the tradition of Famadihana, or turning of the bones, is one of the most unique funeral practices in the world. Families gather every few years to open the tombs of their ancestors, remove the bodies, and rewrap them in fresh lambas. They then dance with the bones of their loved ones, celebrating the joy of life and paying respects to those who have passed. For the Malagasy people, death is not an end but a transformation. And Famadihana is a joyous event with singing, feasting, and dancing. It's a way for families to bond, honor their lineage, and keep memories alive in a tangible way. Imagine celebrating life so deeply that even the deceased become part of the dance. That's the essence of Famadihana. The Forbidden Land of Marojejy, Madagascar's last frontier. Marojejy National Park is a remote paradise known for its breathtaking mountains, untouched forests, and incredibly diverse wildlife. But due to its rugged terrain and difficulty to access, Marojejy remains one of the most unexplored places on the island. Those who brave the challenging journey are rewarded with sightings of rare species, like the silky sifaka, a lemur with ghostly white fur that's one of the world's most endangered primates. In the mist-shrouded forests, unique orchids grow on moss-covered trees, and rivers run crystal clear. Marojejy feels untouched by time, offering a glimpse into Madagascar's wilderness at its purest. Could you brave the journey into one of Madagascar's most remote and mysterious landscapes? Marojejy awaits those who dare. The Antandroy people, guardians of the South. The Antandroy, or people of the thorns, are one of Madagascar's many unique ethnic groups. They inhabit the dry, thorny forests of the south, where life is challenging and resources are scarce. Known for their strength and resilience, the Antandroy people have a reputation for being fiercely independent and skilled warriors. Their culture is rich with ancient songs and dances, and their traditional homes, built from local materials, are beautifully decorated with intricate carvings. In recent years, the Antandroy have faced difficulties due to climate change, which has made farming in this dry region even harder. Imagine thriving in one of the world's harshest climates. The Antandroy people have mastered this survival art. The humpback whale migration. Each year, thousands of humpback whales journey to the warm waters off Madagascar's east coast. They arrive to mate and give birth, creating a breathtaking spectacle as they breach and sing in the Indian Ocean. For locals and visitors alike, the sight of these gentle giants leaping from the water is mesmerizing. During whale season, small villages along the coast come alive with ecotourism as people gather to witness one of nature's most stunning migrations. These whales are a source of pride and a reminder of Madagascar's connection to the vastness of the ocean. Imagine hearing the haunting songs of humpback whales echoing across the ocean. That's the magic of Madagascar's east coast. Spiny forest, a unique habitat like no other. Madagascar's spiny forest is unlike anything else on Earth. Its name comes from the spiny plants and trees that dominate the landscape, some of which can only survive in this harsh environment. Here, bizarre-looking plants with long thorns and twisted shapes stretch toward the sky, creating an otherworldly landscape. The forest is home to unique animals like the radiated tortoise and the Varro's sifaka, a type of lemur that leaps sideways to navigate the prickly terrain. For the people of the region, the spiny forest holds spiritual significance, as they believe it is home to powerful spirits that protect the land. Could you navigate through a forest of thorns where every plant seems to guard its secrets with sharp defenses? Welcome to Madagascar's spiny forest. "16 Unique Cuisine, the Flavors of Madagascar." Malagasy cuisine is as diverse as the island itself, drawing on influences from Africa, Asia, and the French colonial era. One staple food is rice, typically served with romazava, a flavorful stew made with meat, greens, and native spices. Another local delicacy is ravitoto, a dish made from cassava leaves and pork, offering a rich, earthy taste that's unlike anything you'll find elsewhere. For dessert, there's koba, a traditional cake made from ground peanuts, brown sugar, and rice flour, all wrapped in banana leaves. Each dish is a reflection of Madagascar's rich cultural tapestry, blending flavors and ingredients that make the cuisine truly unique. Imagine tasting flavors that blend the ancient and the exotic, each bite telling a story of Madagascar's melting pot heritage. Madagascar is a land of profound beauty, mystery, and resilience. Its landscapes, people, and creatures offer a glimpse into a world unlike any other, where nature and tradition are deeply intertwined. If you've enjoyed discovering the secrets of Madagascar, please consider liking this video and sharing it with others who love travel and adventure. Subscribe to our channel to keep up with our journeys to the world's most amazing places. Where should we head next? Let us know in the comments. Your next favorite destination might be just one video away. What if I told you there's a place where women carry entire baskets of corn on their heads without using their hands, where stepping into a church restroom is forbidden, and where emeralds bigger than your hand are pulled from the ground? Welcome to Zambia, a land of mind-blowing traditions, breathtaking wonders, and jaw-dropping surprises. Stay with us as we unveil the 15 most shocking facts about this incredible country that will leave you absolutely speechless. Hello, adventurers. Welcome back to our channel, your ultimate destination for travel wonders and global secrets. Today, we're taking you to the heart of Africa to uncover Zambia's most astonishing stories, from its surreal cultural customs to natural phenomena you won't believe exist. Stick around because fact number 13 might just make you reconsider your next travel plans. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our global adventures. Now, let's get started. Hidden beneath Zambia's soil is a treasure trove of emeralds. Did you know these dazzling gemstones are not only some of the largest, but also among the most sustainably mined in the world? What makes them so unique? Let's dive deeper to uncover their extraordinary story. In the Copperbelt province lies the Kagem Emerald Mine, the largest emerald-producing mine on Earth. These aren't just any emeralds. They're among the deepest green gemstones ever discovered. Imagine this. You're holding a gemstone that sparkles like nothing you've ever seen. But behind its beauty lies a tale of hope and responsibility. Unlike many mines with a troubled past, Kagem is a leader in sustainable mining. The mine funds local schools, builds hospitals, and even supports eco-friendly initiatives to reduce environmental damage. Could this balance of wealth and ethical practices redefine the mining industry worldwide? Would you want to visit a mine like this? Let us know in the comments below. Picture this, a busy market in Lusaka, filled with chatter and colorful stalls. Amidst this scene, a woman walks gracefully with a basket of golden corn balanced perfectly on her head. No wobble, no hands. But this isn't just about carrying loads. It's about carrying traditions, values, and a unique form of community expression. Zambian women have turned balance into an art form, honed over generations. From a young age, girls are taught this skill not merely for practicality, but as a cultural rite of passage. It's how they prove their readiness to contribute to their families and communities. Now imagine this. A group of women walking back from the fields, their baskets piled high with fresh vegetables or firewood, laughing and chatting as though their loads weigh nothing. The secret lies not just in their skill, but in the special technique they use. A precisely folded scarf or cloth placed on the head to create a cushion and distribute the weight evenly. These women's balancing acts have inspired admiration from visitors worldwide, some comparing them to elite athletes or dancers for their poise and strength. Anthropologists have noted that this practice embodies resilience, as the women carry both the physical and metaphorical weight of their communities. It's not just practical, it's symbolic. These baskets represent responsibility, resourcefulness, and even creativity, as many women weave their own baskets, customizing them with intricate patterns that reflect their region or family heritage. And yet, amidst all this skill and elegance, their hands remain free to wave at friends, hold a child's hand, or carry additional items. To an outsider, it might seem impossible, but to these women, it's a daily reality that blends necessity with grace. It's a reminder that strength comes in many forms, and sometimes it's carried lightly on one's head. Have you ever tried balancing something on your head? Share your stories below. We'd love to hear about your attempts. And speaking of balance, let's move to the next shocking fact, where even modesty can become a cultural balancing act. Imagine this. You're attending a lively Sunday service in a rural Zambian church. The hymns echo through the air, the atmosphere is serene. Then nature calls, but here's the catch. You can't use the church restroom. In Zambia, churches are seen as sacred spaces, reserved solely for worship and prayer. Using them for personal needs is considered disrespectful. What do people do? They plan ahead or use nearby facilities. While some find it inconvenient, others believe it's a testament to the deep reverence Zambians have for their faith. Would you plan ahead or take your chances? Share your thoughts below. How short is too short? In Zambia, the answer could spark a debate. In traditional communities, women are expected to avoid wearing shorts shorter than 6 inches above the knee. The reason? It's all about modesty and dignity. These rules stem from a long-standing belief that modesty protects women from unwanted attention and upholds cultural values. However, urban areas like Lusaka are more lenient, reflecting a blend of modernity and tradition. But here's the twist. Many Zambians themselves are divided on the issue. Some see it as a way to preserve their heritage, while others argue it's an outdated restriction. What do you think? Should traditions like this evolve with the times, or are they essential for cultural preservation? Known locally as Mosi-oa-Tunya, or the smoke that thunders, Victoria Falls is one of the most breathtaking waterfalls on Earth. Can you imagine standing beside a roaring 400-foot cascade, feeling the mist envelop you and seeing rainbows form in the sunlight? But that's not all. Would you dare to take a plunge into the Devil's Pool, a natural infinity pool at the very edge of the falls? Imagine standing next to a 400-foot drop as mist and rainbows fill the air around you. For thrill seekers, this is a bucket list experience. But even if you're not the adventurous type, the view itself is worth the trip. The surrounding area is part of Mosi-oa-Tunya National Park, home to zebras, giraffes, and even white rhinos. And if that isn't thrilling enough, wait until you discover Zambia's incredible wildlife adventures just around the corner. Zambia is a paradise for wildlife lovers. Picture this: the golden savanna of South Luangwa National Park, where lions lounge in the shade, elephants roam the riverbanks, and leopards stealthily move through the trees. But here's the twist. Zambia offers something most other safari destinations don't: walking safaris. Imagine tracking a pride of lions on foot with an expert guide, feeling the thrill of being truly immersed in the wild. For water enthusiasts, canoe safaris along the Luangwa River offer close encounters with hippos, crocodiles, and countless bird species. It's like stepping into a wildlife documentary. Would you prefer a walking safari or a canoe adventure? Let us know in the comments. In Zambia, growing up is celebrated in a way that's as profound as it is unique. The Kumuk ritual, practiced by the Bemba, Lunda, and Loyi communities, marks a girl's transition into womanhood. For weeks, young girls are guided by elder women through lessons on life, relationships, and self-respect. They learn skills that will serve them as wives, mothers, and community leaders. It's not just a celebration, it's a rite of passage that unites generations. Would you attend a ceremony like this to learn more about a culture? Share your curiosity below. In a world where safety is often a concern for travelers, Zambia stands out. According to the Global Peace Index, Zambia ranked among Africa's top 10 safest countries in 2023. But what makes it so safe? The answer lies in its culture of unity and hospitality. The motto, "One Zambia, One Nation," reflects a deep commitment to harmony. Visitors often describe Zambians as some of the friendliest people they've ever met. Have you experienced such warmth on your travels? Let us know below. What if you could live in a country where the cost of living doesn't break the bank? Zambia offers exactly that. A one-bedroom apartment in Lusaka's city center costs around $400 per month, while a meal at a local restaurant is just $6. Even a pint of beer is as low as $1. This affordability makes Zambia a haven for retirees and adventurers alike. Whether you're exploring the countryside or dining in a bustling market, you'll be doing it on a budget. Would you consider moving to a country like Zambia for its low cost of living? Share your thoughts below. Ever witnessed an entire community come together for a festival that blends tradition, history, and spirituality? Zambia's Kuamboka Festival, celebrated by the Lozi people, does just that. The festival marks the annual migration of the Lozi king, or Latunga, from the floodplains to higher ground. The event's highlight is the Nalikwanda, a grand royal barge adorned with intricate designs as it sails through the Zambezi River. Accompanied by vibrant music, dance, and colorful canoes, The Kwamboka Festival is a sight to behold. It's more than a celebration. It's a living testament to Zambia's resilience and unity. Would you want to witness such a culturally rich event in person? Zambia is making waves in renewable energy. Did you know that over 80% of its electricity comes from hydropower? The Kafue Gorge Lower Hydropower Station is one of the largest in Africa, providing clean energy while reducing dependence on fossil fuels. This commitment to sustainability isn't just about the environment, it's about improving lives. Rural areas now have access to reliable electricity, transforming communities and opening doors to education and technology. What do you think about Zambia's efforts to lead the way in renewable energy? Want to dive into the heart of Zambian life? Head to Lusaka City Market, a bustling hub of culture, commerce, and connection. Here, you'll find everything from vibrant fruits and vegetables to handcrafted jewelry and traditional carvings. The market is also a foodie's dream, with stalls serving Zambian delicacies like nshima, fritters, and grilled meat skewers. But Lusaka City Market isn't just about shopping. It's a melting pot of stories and traditions where modern life meets deep cultural roots. Would you enjoy exploring such a lively and colorful market? Zambia is home to an astounding 72 languages, making it one of the most linguistically diverse nations in the world. While English serves as the official language, regional languages like Bemba, Lozi, and Nyanja dominate daily conversations. Each language represents a unique piece of Zambia's cultural puzzle, passed down through generations. Despite this diversity, the country's motto, "One Zambia, One Nation," unites its people. Would you find it exciting to navigate such a multilingual environment? Victoria Falls is already breathtaking, but here's something most travelers don't know. It's moonbow phenomenon. During full moon nights, the mist from the falls creates a rare and ethereal rainbow at night. Known as a lunar rainbow, this natural wonder can only be seen in a few places worldwide, and Zambia's side of the falls offers the best views. Have you ever witnessed a natural phenomenon like this? Last but not least, Zambia's people are its greatest treasure. Travelers often describe Zambians as kind, warm, and welcoming. This reputation isn't just anecdotal, it's reflected in Zambia's rank among Africa's safest countries. Whether it's a local guiding you to a hidden gem or offering a warm smile, you'll feel right at home in Zambia. Have you ever visited a place where the people made you feel so welcome you didn't want to leave? This completes your 15 most shocking facts about Zambia. Let me know if you'd like to expand on any section or adjust the tone further. Wow, Zambia truly is a land of surprises, isn't it? From its incredible natural wonders and cultural traditions to its remarkable hospitality and hidden gems, this country proves that there's so much more to discover than meets the eye. Which of these shocking facts about Zambia amazed you the most? Or is there something fascinating you know about Zambia that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through Zambia, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling adventures across the globe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our next exploration. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, The world is full of wonders just waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. What if I told you there's a country where the women are breathtakingly attractive, the cost of living is as low as $600 a month, and people literally find chicken egg-sized diamonds in their backyard? Sounds unreal, right? Welcome to Botswana, a land where ancient traditions blend seamlessly with modernity and where life is full of surprises. Stick around because you won't believe what's coming next. Welcome to our channel. If you love exploring the world's hidden gems, diving into unique cultures, and uncovering the most extraordinary stories, you're in the right place. Today we're heading to Botswana, a stunning country in southern Africa known for its rich traditions, incredible wildlife, and yes, some of the most attractive women on the planet. But there's so much more to discover here, from a $600 monthly lifestyle to the fascinating lives of the Sand people, and even a diamond industry that's reshaping the nation. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Botswana's story begins in a dark period of African history. In the 1960s, the country, then called Bechuanaland, was still a forgotten land with a weak economy, mostly dependent on agriculture, and the lives of its people were centered around simple rural activities. While many other African nations faced chaos and conflict after gaining independence, Botswana took a different path. When Bechuanaland gained independence from Britain in 1966, its population was only about 650,000, and it was one of the poorest economies in the world. Over 80% of the population lived below the poverty line, and there were few valuable natural resources. However, what happened next is a story of innovation, wise management, and relentless perseverance. Part 1. Searching for Hope, the Early Years. In 1966, after gaining independence from Britain, Botswana was a country with immense challenges. The nation, previously known as Bechuanaland, had little to no infrastructure, and its economy was heavily reliant on traditional agriculture. The education system was underdeveloped, healthcare was rudimentary, and a large portion of the population lived in poverty. What made the situation even worse was that Botswana had limited natural resources, and much of its land was arid, unsuitable for agriculture. However, despite these daunting obstacles, Botswana had a leader who would help the country overcome its struggles. Seretse Khama, the first president of Botswana, was not only a brilliant politician, but also a visionary who understood that the country's survival depended on innovation and unity. His leadership was vital in guiding the young nation through its initial years of independence. Khama had spent time studying abroad, and he returned with a deep understanding of global economics and governance. One of his first acts as president was to establish an inclusive government that included members from all ethnic groups, even those who were previously politically marginalized. This move united the country's diverse peoples and gave them a shared sense of national pride. Under his leadership, Botswana also focused on regional cooperation, establishing peaceful relations with its neighbors. One of Khama's most important decisions was to prioritize education. Realizing that a lack of a skilled workforce was holding the country back, the government launched a national campaign to promote education at all levels. New schools were built, and students were encouraged to pursue higher education, both at home and abroad. Additionally, Khama recognized the importance of healthcare in sustaining the country's growth. By providing access to healthcare services, Botswana was able to create a healthier workforce, which further contributed to the country's development. Despite the challenges, Botswana's fortunes began to change in 1967 when a remarkable discovery was made: the Orapa diamond mine, one of the world's largest. This marked a turning point in the country's history. The discovery of diamonds transformed Botswana from a poor and underdeveloped nation into a country with vast resources. At the same time, the government made it a priority to ensure that the exploitation of these resources would benefit the people of Botswana, rather than allowing foreign companies to exploit the resources without giving back to the country. Khama's government negotiated favorable terms that ensured a share of the profits would go toward building Botswana's infrastructure. As a result, Botswana's government was able to invest in roads, schools, and hospitals, which helped lay the foundation for a stronger economy and a better quality of life for the population. By the early 1970s, Botswana had made significant progress in terms of basic infrastructure and social services, laying the groundwork for its future success. Part 2. The Miracle of Development: Diamonds and Transformation. The discovery of the Orapa diamond mine marked the beginning of Botswana's economic transformation. Diamonds quickly became the country's main source of wealth, propelling Botswana into the ranks of upper-middle-income nations. But the story of Botswana's success isn't just about diamonds, it's also about how the government chose to use that wealth to ensure the country's long-term prosperity. The government of Botswana was careful to avoid the mistakes that other countries rich in natural resources often made. However, Botswana avoided this fate by implementing transparent policies and ensuring that diamond revenues were used effectively. The Botswana government established a special fund known as the Botswana Government Investment Fund, which allowed the country to save a portion of its diamond earnings. This fund was crucial for ensuring the country's stability during economic downturns and protecting Botswana from the volatility of global diamond prices. The revenue from the diamonds helped to diversify the country's economy, which had historically relied on a single industry. By using mining wealth to build infrastructure, such as modern roads, bridges, and communication networks, Botswana positioned itself as a growing economic powerhouse in southern Africa. Additionally, Botswana invested heavily in the healthcare sector. The country's high rate of HIV/AIDS in the 1980s was a challenge, but Botswana responded with aggressive campaigns to fight the disease. The government provided free HIV treatment, ensuring that citizens had access to life-saving antiretroviral drugs. The success of this program was a reflection of Botswana's commitment to the welfare of its people and its ability to address issues head-on. The revenue from the diamond mines also allowed Botswana to focus on developing other sectors of the economy, such as tourism and agriculture. While diamonds remained a significant source of wealth, Botswana worked to reduce its dependence on a single resource by diversifying its industries. The country's thriving tourism industry is now centered around its famous national parks and wildlife reserves. Botswana's ecotourism initiatives attract visitors from around the world, generating revenue and creating jobs for locals. By the 1990s, Botswana had firmly established itself as one of Africa's most successful economies. It was one of the few African nations to experience sustained economic growth and political stability, and it quickly became a model for other countries to follow. Part 3. Unique political system and stability. Botswana's political system has played an essential role in its success story. Unlike many other African countries, Botswana has maintained a peaceful and stable democracy for more than 50 years. One of the most remarkable aspects of Botswana's political system is its low level of corruption and the transparency of its government. Botswana's political system is based on a multi-party democracy, but unlike in many countries, the ruling party, currently the Botswana Democratic Party, BDP, has remained in power since independence. However, despite being in power for so long, the BDP has maintained high levels of accountability and has not resorted to authoritarian tactics. The peaceful transfer of power, free and fair elections, and respect for the rule of law are all fundamental principles that have helped maintain political stability. Botswana also has one of the lowest leadership turnover rates in the world. The country's political leaders, including its presidents, are known for their commitment to serving the people. Rather than focusing on personal wealth or political power, Botswana's leaders have consistently put national interests first. focusing on long-term development rather than short-term gains. Part of the reason for this stability is that Botswana's leaders have worked to build a strong civil society. The country has a robust network of non-governmental organizations, grassroots groups, and social institutions that engage in policy discussions and hold the government accountable. Botswana's people trust their leaders because they see that the government is genuinely working to improve their lives. Moreover, Botswana's political culture encourages open dialogue and debate, with multiple political parties participating in the electoral process. The public is actively involved in political decisions, and the country's commitment to democracy and human rights ensures that the people's voices are heard. This culture of participation has contributed to Botswana's overall social cohesion, creating a society where people feel invested in the country's success. Botswana's political stability has not only fostered economic development, but has also allowed the country to avoid many of the social and political challenges that other African nations have faced. Through a combination of effective governance, a commitment to transparency, and a people-focused approach, Botswana has built a resilient and thriving democracy that continues to inspire other nations around the world. Part 4. Challenges. Society and economy in the 21st century. Despite Botswana's remarkable progress, the country faces several significant challenges that are crucial for its future. One of the most pressing issues is the HIV/AIDS epidemic, which continues to affect the country disproportionately. Botswana has the highest HIV prevalence rate in the world, with an estimated 25% of the adult population living with the virus. This health crisis has placed enormous pressure on the healthcare system and the economy, as it affects the most productive segments of the population. However, the government's response to this crisis has been one of the... Since the early 2000s, Botswana has implemented a nationwide campaign to combat the HIV/AIDS epidemic. The government offers free antiretroviral treatment to those living with HIV, which has significantly improved life expectancy and quality of life for many citizens. Public health campaigns have increased awareness about HIV transmission and prevention, helping reduce the stigma surrounding the disease. Botswana also receives substantial international support, particularly from organizations like the Global Fund, PEPFAR, the US President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, and other international NGOs that have been instrumental in providing resources and technical expertise. By 2016, Botswana had made significant strides, achieving universal access to antiretroviral therapy, and the country was on track to meet the United Nations 90-90-90 goals, meaning that 90% of people living with HIV know their status, 90% of those diagnosed receive treatment, and 90% of those on treatment achieve viral suppression. However, despite this success, HIV/AIDS remains a heavy burden on the country's healthcare system, straining resources that could be allocated to other pressing needs, such as maternal and child health, non-communicable diseases, and general medical infrastructure. Moreover, the stigma surrounding HIV continues to pose a challenge, as it affects the willingness of individuals to seek testing and treatment. Another significant challenge that Botswana faces is the impact of climate change. As a landlocked arid country, Botswana is highly vulnerable to shifts in weather patterns, droughts, and extreme temperatures. The country's agriculture is largely dependent on rainfall, and as droughts have become more frequent and severe, food production has suffered, exacerbating food insecurity. Additionally, Botswana's economy, while more diversified than it was in the past, still heavily relies on natural resources, especially diamonds. The mining sector remains vulnerable to fluctuating global commodity prices, and if global demand for diamonds were to decline, it could undermine the country's economy. The negative environmental impacts of mining, such as land degradation, water usage, and pollution, are also concerns that need to be addressed. While Botswana has adopted relatively responsible mining practices, the long-term sustainability of the industry requires careful planning and management. The government has recognized the need for diversification in the economy and is pushing for investments in sectors like tourism, agriculture, and technology. Despite these challenges, Botswana's resilience is evident. The country is taking steps to combat climate change by adopting policies aimed at sustainability, renewable energy, and improved water management. Moreover, Botswana is working to further strengthen its economic diversification efforts, making it less reliant on its mineral resources in the future. Part 5. Interesting and unusual facts about Botswana. Botswana is a country filled with unique attributes and fascinating facts that make it stand out on the global stage. First and foremost, the Okavango Delta is one of Botswana's most iconic natural wonders. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the world's largest inland deltas and is home to a diverse array of wildlife. The Okavango Delta is a rare example of a wetland that does not drain into any ocean or sea. Instead, it evaporates, creating an ecosystem that supports an incredibly rich biodiversity. Known as a haven for animal lovers and conservationists, the delta is home to thousands of species, including elephants, lions, cheetahs, leopards, and endangered species like the African wild dog. Birdwatchers flock to the delta to observe over 500 species of birds, making it a paradise for ornithologists. The delta's seasonal flooding creates an ever-changing landscape, with vast floodplains transforming into lush wetlands teeming with life. Botswana is also home to one of the most successful wildlife conservation programs in the world. With an abundance of wildlife and natural beauty, the government has taken deliberate steps to ensure that the country's biodiversity is preserved. Botswana has established a wide network of national parks and nature reserves, such as Chobe National Park, Makgadikgadi Pans National Park, and Kigulugati Transfrontier Park. These protected areas cover vast stretches of land and provide sanctuary for a range of endangered species. What makes Botswana's approach to wildlife conservation unique is its commitment to sustainable tourism. The government has implemented strict regulations on hunting and tourism, ensuring that tourism dollars are reinvested into conservation efforts and community development. Botswana has also been a leader in banning hunting, making it one of the few countries in Africa with such a policy. By focusing on ecotourism and sustainable practices, Botswana has managed to balance economic growth with environmental preservation. Another interesting fact about Botswana is that it has one of the highest levels of literacy in Africa. Despite its relatively small size and resources, Botswana has made education a priority, achieving near universal literacy rates. The country has invested heavily in building schools and offering scholarships for higher education, both domestically and internationally. In addition to its natural wonders, Botswana is also home to one of the world's most stable and effective political systems. The country has enjoyed uninterrupted democracy since gaining independence in 1966, a rarity in Africa. Botswana's democratic model, low levels of corruption, and transparent governance have made it a beacon of stability in the region. Finally, Botswana is a relatively small country, both in terms of population and landmass. With a population of around 2.5 million people, it is one of the least densely populated countries in Africa. Despite its size, Botswana has managed to punch above its weight on the international stage, particularly in terms of its political stability, economic growth, and wildlife conservation efforts. These facts highlight Botswana's uniqueness, not only as a country rich in natural beauty, but also as a nation committed to sustainable development, democracy, and innovation. Botswana's ability to overcome challenges and harness its natural and human resources in a way that benefits both the environment and its people makes it a fascinating example of success in Africa. Botswana, once a poor nation, has now become a model of sustainable development and stability in the region. Its journey from poverty to prosperity is not a coincidence, but the result of smart decisions and the unity of its people. In a world full of uncertainties, Botswana proves that with strategic vision and perseverance, even a small country can rise and build lasting success. Remember, sometimes lesser-known countries have extraordinary stories that can inspire us. Botswana is a living testament to overcoming challenges and building a brighter future. If you've enjoyed this journey through Botswana, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which part of Botswana you'd love to explore the most. And stay tuned, our next video will uncover another hidden gem of the world. See you soon.